I'm going to make some empanadas and I'm gonna make the filling for it, and I'm just gonna show you what I got. I got some chopped spices and vegetables. I took 16 ounces of cheese and grated it myself because it's cheaper to do so, but that cheese was donated, so I'm grateful. Got some empanadas, some ground turkey because I don't like using beef, and just some spices and herbs. So I'm just gonna show you what's going on. I don't want to play any music because apparently when I play music, YouTube gets the credit to the person who's singing the song. So let me go ahead and put my apron on. This was a beautiful gift from one of my students, keeping it real. And I just want to show you how I make these empanadas. That oil is pretty much ready, so let me go ahead and turn it off. I just wanted it to be a little warm because I'm gonna be frying just something that I don't normally do, but I'll be frying today. All right, so I'm just gonna take a little bit of this oil and put it in this pot. I turned it on already because I'm using a 2-head burner, and it takes a while for the burner to get hot. So yeah, so I'm gonna take some garlic, and I don't have fresh squeezed garlic. Again, I use everything that I get. So you already know I like using my hands. Hate to use other stuff. I need a new spatula, by the way. Now I'm gonna use my hands. I learned to make empanadas probably 10 years ago. The reason why I don't make them that much is because they have to be fried, and I don't like frying stuff like that. So this heat is on this high because, you know, I need to make sure that these garlic bits don't get burned, but it is on high. I like using, somebody commented on my YouTube channel and said, why do you like using wood and plastic spoons? Well, common sense. If I use metal ones, what ends up happening is your only pots and pans that you have will get scratched. And I don't like my pots and pans to get scratched, so I use wooden or plastic spoons. I'm gonna use this oregano, which was donated. Everything that I use has been donated. I'm not gonna lie. Some paprika, okay, just to give it that little red color. Some pepper, which I never close and it always ends up spilling. Some cayenne pepper, because the sisters that I'm making this for, they love spicy food. Well, they come from a background of spicy food. So some Goya, of course, because you know you can't have enough Goya. And I'm just gonna go ahead and stir that around. And the trick with ground turkey is that you gotta constantly be stirring it and tearing it apart, because you don't want it to get bulky. Okay. Ooh, it smells so good. And once you see the ground turkey changing color, go ahead and add a little bit more of your seasonings. You know, you can add as much as you want or what you feel comfortable with. I like my empanadas to smell and taste like you're biting into a mouthful of goodness. So I am definitely gonna add, oh, you know what I forgot? Some salt. Of course, I closed it. Some more pepper. Because some people, they make the fillings for these empanadas and they do not season their meat well. Okay? And that's a big no-no. Big no-no. Alright. Push this just a little bit forward so you can see it. Alright. Hey. Give that a little toss. And again, once you see your meat start cooking, make sure that you keep playing with it so it doesn't bulk up, because you want the meat to be very, very small in pieces. So when you grab it and you put it in the empanada, it fits in there. Okay. So once you see it browning up a little bit, you get your herbs. Now this is cilantro, this is basil, onions, peppers, orange peppers, and red peppers. I try to stay away from the white onion because the white onion has a lot of sugar. And I try to stay away from the nightshade vegetables because they help with inflammatory. And, I'm always in pain, so I don't need anything to add to it. But I'm using it in good faith because, like I said, it was given to me and we are in the middle of a pandemic. And we need to use up what we have. So I'm going to go ahead and put the onions first. The onions are the most hardest vegetable that you're going to be putting in this dish. Okay. And you give that a little toss because, like I said, ground turkey bulks up and you don't need it to bulk up. And I hate it when things fall, because when they fall and I can't see it because I'm blind, I throw it in the sink. Alright. This always makes me feel good. I love to cook. I love to share my recipes with other people. Okay. And after you do that, and the only reason why I don't forward this is because people are actually paying attention. And I want you to pay attention. I don't want you to think that everything is done in 5 minutes, because it's not. Okay. Reality, things are not done in 5 minutes. Okay. So you can go ahead and toss all your vegetables in there. Okay. Don't waste anything. Oh God, this smells so good. And y'all always hear me saying that, but if y'all was standing in front of me right now, y'all would know. Ooh, it smells good. Now, this recipe with empanadas, you can make it with veggie crumbles. And for those people that don't know what veggie crumbles is, it is a meatless substitute that you can use to put in your empanadas, which is quite all right. And the only reason why I use a lot of vegetables in my ground turkey is because it expands it. And for people like me, I love to meal prep, and I always like to have leftovers so I don't have to cook every forsaken day. So, yeah. Okay. All right. Oh, it smells so good. I never realized how fresh herbs made a huge difference in food. Never. So. Again, I'm doing this because I don't want it to clump up. It smells amazing. Now, some of you may be wanting to ask, Oh, well, where's the cumin? She says she likes to put cumin on everything. Yes, I like putting cumin on everything. I do. But for this particular recipe, I am not. Okay. Okay. It smells so good. I wish I could have some music on, but oh well. So while that's cooking, cause y'all already know I'm anal, I'm gonna put my herbs and stuff away because I don't like having a mess. Oops, oops. I told you I'd be dropping stuff. This is the reason why I need it to always be closed. Oh, oops. That's why I'm glad I don't edit my videos so y'all can see the behinds of it. I almost forgot to put sazon. Now, I really don't put this much for flavor. I put it much for coloring because I don't want to use a tomato-based type of liquid because it just makes the meat soggier. So I try to incorporate red seasonings to turn it a little bit. One would be sufficient. The meat doesn't have to be red, but just to give it just a little color, Because ground turkey, when you cook it, kind of like stays white, which is okay. Quite all right. Oh, it smells so good. So the secret with this is that you don't need to cook it where it's like brown, crispy. This ground turkey is almost literally fully cooked. It doesn't take long for it to cook. So, and again, I like to make sure I have small pieces. So when I put it in the empanada, I can make tacos out of this. I can make nachos. I could add some beans to it and make like a, like a veggie turkey chili. God, if y'all can only smell this right now. Oh my gosh, it tastes so good. Now, I am going to taste the turkey. All right. Oh yeah, it's good. Oh my goodness, yes. All right. So I'm gonna move the phone just a little bit so you guys can see how I make this, okay? So now I wanted to get all fancy with it, and I wanted to use what these people called an empanada maker. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see, because I have everything packed in here nice and neat. I wanted to get all fancy smashy with it. Alright, I'm going to do it the old school way because that's the way I was taught. Alright, so I want y'all to see how I make this. Let me stick this to the side. And I'm going to use this so it doesn't stick. All right. Y'all ready? I wish I had professional video, but I'm gonna do it what I got because I'm grateful and I just want to show you how I make this. So you take these Goya discs, right? And of course they cannot be frozen, but they can also be so soggy, thawed out. You know, you gotta like in between kind of thing. So they have these plastics to prevent them from sticking to each other, right? So you remove them out of the plastic, okay? I hope you can see it. Remove it out of the plastic. And you take them off slowly because this is dough. You know what I mean? So it will break. So you gotta be careful with it. All right? Now, you can make them out of cheese alone. All right? You can make them out of cheese alone. But I'm going to make them of cheese and turkey. Give this a little twist. Turn. Now, as you can see the meat, okay? I don't burn it. I don't let it dry out. Because if you do that, it's not going to taste good. All right? I am, however, going to let it keep cooking. And I'm going to show you how I do it. So it doesn't take much. You got to take some cheese. All right? Take some cheese. And it doesn't have to be a lot. Because remember, you still have to close this up. And I'm going to be old school with it. So I'm going to use a fork. Take a spoon. Okay? I'm about to make a mess here, but it's okay. You really don't need much, all right? Because then you're not going to be able to close it. All right? Then you take it, right? And you press it down to close it, right? And mind you, I do all this with my hands. Why? Because that's the way I was taught. You take the fork and you close it. Okay? Now, granted, these may not look like the ones you get at the, you know, at the bakery, but they're close and I'm happy. Some people only do it on one side. Some people get fancy schmancy with it. And they, you know, twist it and make it look like ribbons. And, you know, I'm trying not to get burned because that's really close. Let me move it. Bam. Bam. So this is essentially how it looks. Okay? All right? Make sure it's closed. And then what do? You toss it in the oil. Okay? Now, go ahead and do the other one. I'm going to turn this meat off because it's already cooked. I'm going to add some cheese. Feels kind of weird not having music, but I don't want somebody else to take credit for my video. So they said in the licensing agreement with YouTube, if you use somebody else's music, they get all the monetary value and all that stuff. So that's why I'm not using nobody else's music. So I can hum. I don't know where a lot of these people that do all these cooking videos find their music. And when you try to contact them and try to ask them questions, it's like you're giving out a big piece of secrecy and they don't want to share it with you, which is, I'm okay with that. So you see it's boiling. Now this heat should be higher, but I don't have it higher because, like I said, I'm limited to the cooking things that I have, that I utilize. But look, that's a nicely made empanada. You see that? Again, you don't need much to make it. You just gotta have patience and you gotta have the time. And, you know, and this is very sensitive. It's considered a delicacy, so if you're gonna make it, make sure that you make it with a lot of love, because if you don't, then it's not gonna come out right. Okay, and again, you don't need much. Some people, they be overstuffing it, and it just, that don't make no daggone sense. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. All right, take it. Of course, it's gonna be hot, but you try to press it a little bit. Close it with the fork. And the only reason why I chose to do these is because somebody asked me, they were like, please, can you make some? And I'm like, okay. And then I had a set of sisters who literally came out and said, we love empanadas. Can you please make some? I said, absolutely. So, see? It's not hard. Okay? All right. La, la, la. Normally, this will take probably like 2 minutes to cook. But again, I have limited resources. So, I'm going to take the big pot off the burner. And I'm going to put it down. Into something that won't get burnt. If I can find it. Come on now. Alright, so I'm gonna put it on top of this because I cannot find what I actually need. Make sure I keep it out of the wall so it doesn't get burned. There you go. And I'm going to transfer this one into this one. And hopefully, hopefully you'll be able to see the product when it's done. And I'm keeping the oil covered because I don't want it to jump all over the place. And I don't want it to mess up anything. So very important also is that if you're making these, make sure you have a plate with paper towels, because you want to drain out the excessive oil. You don't want you know, a very greasy empanada, right? So always place paper towels. In this case, the brown paper towels that I have. It's almost done, almost done. And when that's being cooked, I'm gonna make some more. Again, you have to do these with love, because if you don't do these with love, they're not gonna come out right. You're gonna get frustrated and things are gonna come out through the sides, and you know, it's a messy job. But like I said, I don't want my food to go to waste, especially when it was donated by beautiful, caring people that actually look out for me. Like I said, some people they twist and turn their edges. These discs are not as big, so I can't twist and turn and make it look all fancy schmeeshy. Close it on the other side. As long as it's tight and nothing comes out as I'm frying them, I'm good. Just making a couple of them. Let's see. Oh, it's almost ready. Almost ready. Again, it shouldn't take that long to cook, but because, like I said, I have limitations in my kitchen, I try to make them the best way possible. I'll just continue to make some more. And again, I don't edit my videos because I want you to see how I cook it. Sometimes I know that me personally, when I'm watching YouTube videos and they edit it and they only make it seem like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I have to constantly go back and rewind to see how somebody's doing something, especially if they're using a hand technique. And I don't like to do that because I want people to actually see the type of work that goes into making these things. So, or any food for that matter, okay? Yes, there are quick and easy meals to be done, but the reality is that sometimes it takes time. All right, so this is a beautifully made empanada. Check this out. Oh my goodness. That's how you know this is cooked, okay? I'm going to throw these also in there since the oil is hot. All right, this is what the empanada should look like, okay? So when you go serve it, right, you can give it a little toss or whatever, right? And I'm gonna take another plate so you can see, or use another plate, okay? And I'm gonna try this. So let's see. I gotta be careful with my new knives. Yummy. Yes. Check it out, check it out, check it out. Check it out. See that? See that? All right. So I know it is piping hot right now, but guess what? Me, I like to eat them hot to the point sometimes where I burn my hands. And of course, you know, I put this ish on everything. So I can't have, I would make some salsa verde, but I don't have no green green peppers. And I'm gonna give this a little taste. Yes, I'm eating this one. Okay, so it's hot. Turkey, ground beef, empanadas with cheese. You can make them of just cheese if you want, but this is how I make them. So if you want any other stuff made in my kitchen with the limited resources that I have, because I know I'm not the only one, but I'm truly grateful, hit me up and let me know, and I'll be able to try to whip it up if I can. I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna stand here, and I'm gonna finish eating this. Bye everybody. Keeping it real raw, this is.